Do not believe your lying eyes. That's what Donald Trump and the fascists in power want you to do. They are claiming that the terrorist who shot a woman point blank in the face 3 times while her wife and dog were in the back seat, an innocent woman who did absolutely nothing to deserve being murdered, well, they want you to believe that she's actually a domestic terrorist and the actual terrorist who shot her in the fucking face is the hero. They also want you to believe that he was run over by the car and was rushed to the hospital, despite the fact that we all watched on camera him wiping her blood off of his hands and then casually walking to his car, getting in and fleeing the scene. So I need you to understand we have reached a breaking point. We have reached the straw that will break the camel's back because the terrorist organization known as ICE is literally murdering us in the streets. And we're not talking about some violent, undocumented immigrant gangster. No, we're talking about a fucking white liberal wine mom with her dog in the car, a US citizen, shot in the face in cold blood, murdered in broad daylight in front of everybody. And the president of the United States, Kristi Noem, that hideous fucking dog-killing cunt, all of these fucking people want you to say that that woman was a terrorist and she deserved to die. That's the nation you live in. At the same time, by the way, Iran's power just went out. Because what have I been telling you? That Israel's about to bomb Iran again. And when Israel bombs Iran, so do we. Because we and Israel are the same nation. Israel is the 51st state of the United States of America. Meanwhile, Trump said that we're going to be spending at least the next 18 months in Venezuela. Good luck, Marine. Watch out for the bouncing Bettys. Have so much fun serving ExxonMobil, you bootlicking cuck. I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm a dirtbag leftist, and there's nothing I hate more than fascism. A man can love his nation and hate his government. And by God, do I hate this fucking government. This is what real independent media looks like, okay? Now, there's online media that you're kind of used to. Maybe it's Ben Shapiro or Tim Pool. That's not independent media. Those people are bought out. As you know, Tim Pool is literally paid by the Russian government to spew out anti-Ukrainian propaganda. But you'll never see me do an ad read. You'll never hear me have a conversation with a government or a billionaire or a sponsor. And that's because I'm real independent media. I'm one of the only real independent media. Why is that so hard to say? Other than Kyle Kulinski at Secular Talk. Shout out Kyle Kulinski at Secular Talk. We love Kyle Kulinski at Secular Talk. If you want to support this channel financially, you can buy merch. You can click the thanks button down below. You can click the join button down below, and you can become a patron on Patreon. Thank you very much for 139,000 subscribers. Let's dive right the fuck in. So the first thing I want to show you is the footage. There's multiple different angles. I want to show you this footage. Don't worry, it's not graphic. I mean, it's not that graphic, but here is concrete evidence that this woman in her car was not trying to run over anybody. She was trying to leave because she lives here. She lives on this fucking block, and she wasn't even a protester. She was just trying to go home, and they told her, they said, please move your car. So she tried to move her car, and then they murdered her. Here's the footage.
No!
It's not him that kills her. It's the one behind her. The car rams in there because now the driver is dead. She's been shot in the face at point blank range in front of her wife and dog. And I want to just show you real quick what Kristi Noem's reaction is to that.
It was an act of domestic terrorism.
She's right about that. It was absolutely an act of domestic terrorism. Problem is, it's the inverse way. The terrorist is the one who shot an innocent American citizen in the fucking face.
What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased.
So just so you know, guys, ICE will kill you. They will not even fucking hesitate to kill you. And then within the hour, they will claim that you're a domestic terrorist and that they were participating in self-defense. They were acting in self-defense. I need you to understand that, like, I'm not being facetious. The United States of America has fallen. It's gone. It's kaput. It's fucking done. It's over. It's barbecue fucking chicken, as Kyle Kalinske would say. It's done. And if you still fucking believe that you're gonna vote your way out of this, you're so fucking naive, bro.
Continuing to gather more information.
Do not believe your lying eyes.
But this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day.
Hey, friendly reminder that in ICE's multiple decade-long history, there has never been a single ICE agent killed by an immigrant. Never once in American history has a single ICE officer ever been killed by an immigrant. So all this bullshit about like they're increased assault rates. I fucking wish you were. But we know reality. You're not. And you don't wear those masks because you're afraid of being doxxed. You wear those masks because, as I just watched, you're murdering people. You are all criminals. Everything you do is fucking illegal. And you're afraid that you might have to face consequences for your illegal actions. Oh, no. Now, I want to show you the President of the United States' official response. I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. They're saying, do not believe your lying eyes. What actually happened was she ran over multiple ICE officers and was going after the next one while she screamed, Allahu Akbar! And our brave, blonde, blue-eyed ICE officers, they acted in heroics and they saved everyone's life by taking out that vicious, vicious terrorist. And now he's in the hospital recovering. Meanwhile, I watched him walk off. I'll show you. We watched this guy walk off. Here, let me get the clip of it. Here you go. Oh, yeah. In the hospital recovering, right? In the hospital recovering, right? Inch from his life. Oh, it's so hard to believe that he survived. Oh, so hard to believe. Yeah. Of course, yeah. This is your friendly reminder that every single person who supports Donald Trump is genuinely inferior to you, and you should look down upon them. They are not equal to you. They are a subhuman class of vermin, and they should be treated as such. And I do mean that. I know a lot of leftists out there, or a lot of liberals are going to be like, damn, bro, you're starting to sound a little bit authoritarian. Good. These motherfuckers are authoritarian fascists. I'm in the business of fucking winning. I want these people to be arrested. I don't even want justice. I want fucking revenge now. And this is what happens. This is what you create. This is what you've turned us into. I am America's son. I am the son of fucking liberty. My uncles served this nation. My father served this nation. My cousins served this nation. My grandparents served this nation. You do not get to own the red, white, and blue, you fascist fucking dogs. There's still some of us here who would rather die on our feet than live on our fucking knees. I have more footage for you.
No!
Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it again. If you can claim that was self-defense, you're mentally disabled. All right, back to reading Trump's response. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate, President Donald J. Trump. And then he posts this video. This angle is what's being posted by the right-wing MAGA hacks because they think this proves that she tried to run them over. It doesn't. Here's here's the woman who was murdered by a terrorist. Her name is Renee Nicole Good, the woman killed by the domestic terrorist group known as ICE. The woman shot dead by domestic terrorists in Minneapolis has been identified as Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old mother of three who had just moved to the city. She was a prize-winning poet and a hobby guitarist, who city leaders have said was there as a legal observer of immigration and customs enforcement ICE activities. But the Trump regime has called her a domestic terrorist. Good's death has sparked protests across the country, with many people holding signs that read "Justice for Renee." Her mother, Donna Ganger, told the Minnesota Star Tribune that her daughter was probably terrified during the confrontation with officers that saw her fatally shot, and that she was one of the kindest people I've ever known. She was extremely compassionate, Ganger told the Daily newspaper. She's taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. Her father, Tim Ganger, told the Washington Post that, quote, "She had a good life, but a hard life." A fundraiser for Good's family, which was set up with the target of $50,000, has raised more than $500,000 in 15 hours. What appears to be Good's Instagram account, which has now been made private, Good described herself as a poet, a writer, a wife, and a mom who was experiencing Minneapolis. A U.S. citizen, Good was originally from Colorado Springs and had moved to Minneapolis just last year from Kansas City. The Minnesota Star Tribune reports that she used to host a podcast with her second husband, Tim McClin, who died in 2023. They had a son together who is now 6 years old. Macklin's father told the newspaper, "Hey, MAGA, you're responsible for a 6-year-old child who has no living parents anymore. If you voted for Donald Trump, you were responsible for murdering this fucking woman." I'm not kidding. That's what I believe. If you voted for Donald Trump, you fucking murdered this woman, and I want you to be thrown in prison. If I had my fucking way, we would publicize the voting records and enslave everyone who voted for Donald Trump. But I'm not gonna have my way, because in reality, I'm still a fucking leftist. And despite the fact that you disgusting fascist dogs are turning us into fucking monsters, I'm gonna cling to the little bit of humanity that I still have fucking left, and hope to God that when we get power, we don't turn into the fucking cretins that you have become. You have to be careful when you fight monsters, or else you will become the monster itself. Do not stare into the abyss for too long, for you may fall. Now, I want to show you the domestic terrorist organization known as Fox News, and this domestic terrorist known as Jesse Waters, trying to frame this in a way that should make you believe that this woman deserved to die because she's a lesbian.
The woman who lost her life was a self-proclaimed poet from Colorado, with pronouns in her bio. A 37-year-old white woman named Renee Good. The Daily Mail says she leaves behind a lesbian partner and a child from a previous marriage. She was a disruptor, though she considered herself a legal observer. But there's no evidence she had a law degree.
So that's what Fox News is saying. This is why, you have to understand, you know, like the toothless hick of an uncle you have, like the stupidest people you know who sit there watching Fox News all day going, yeah. Yeah, so those people, they believe Jesse Waters. They hear, oh, she had pronouns in her bio. Oh, she was a lesbian. Oh, she's a self-proclaimed poet. Good, I'm glad she's fucking dead. And this is because Republicans don't have souls. They are soulless husks. They are not human beings. You shouldn't be treating them like human beings. I got more for you, of course. Here's slow down footage, frame by frame, proving that this was cold-blooded murder. What does her being a lesbian or pronouns matter? It matters because the right wing needs to believe that this woman deserves to die. And the right wing believes that lesbians deserve to die, transgender people deserve to die, liberals deserve to die. So they have to hit all of those notes that this woman deserved to die. You have to understand, MAGA is not a political party, it is a cult. And the cult leader says this woman deserved to die. So now all of like their, not their pawns, but their sergeants, right? Their sergeants have to pump out, she deserved to die, guys, she was lesbian, she had pronouns in her bio, she deserved to die. And then all of the brainless, brain-dead troglodytes, they'll go, yeah, she did deserve to die, she was lesbian. This is, again, why I say this all the time. MAGA supporters are not human beings. They are an inferior class of vermin. They're much like a rat, okay? And you don't treat rats like you treat humans. You treat rats like they are rats, vermin. I got more for you.
The agent who fired the deadly shots appeared to step in front of the moving vehicle. From a tactical point of view, what would the training be in a situation like that?
Well, clearly, from what we know, this is not a person that was the target of any pre-planned law enforcement investigation.
Somebody says dehumanization is part of the Nazi playbook. Oh, so you didn't hear the Republican Party call Democrats demon rats for 8 years? Oh, you just don't. So you guys are a whole bunch of fucking cry bullies. That's what you are. You guys punch people in the face over and over again, and when they finally get the courage to swing back, you go, no, you can't do that. That's violent. You can't do that. What's wrong with you? Oh, the tolerant left, everybody. The tolerant left. You're all fucking pussies.
And from a proportionality sense, we're approaching someone that at that point was only suspected of blocking the roadway. And so, of course, tactically, whenever an officer approaches a vehicle, there is extensive training that city police officers and troopers around the country go through to try and approach in a safe manner that does not unnecessarily put a law enforcement officer at risk. Because clearly, for many years, professional law enforcement has been trying to eliminate situations where we're placing officers at risk so that they may have to use force unnecessarily.
Yeah, what are the reasonable actions you're taught to take in a situation like that if an officer believes that someone who is driving a vehicle which could be used as a weapon poses a threat?
He didn't believe she posed a threat. He had a murder boner. He's a bloodthirsty piglet, just like the majority of ICE. The guy joined ICE because he wanted a legal excuse to deport brown people and murder whoever he wanted with no consequences. That's why people join ICE.
So someone who is unarmed, that is in a vehicle that may be trying to get away from law enforcement, you want to do everything possible to minimize risk. Because the reality is, firing a handgun at someone driving a car is not particularly effective at stopping the vehicle.
He didn't want to stop the vehicle. He just wanted to murder somebody.
Situations when police are conducting traffic stops where we know, the vehicle is the registered owner because there's a license plate. We may know the identity of the person inside. We try and do everything possible to protect the officer.
Somebody in chat just said that Tim Walz is refusing to investigate. Bullshit. Tim Walz refusing to investigate ICE murder. FBI to take over the shooting investigation, officials say. Minnesota has been barred from the evidence. Oh my God. Yo, it's not that Tim Walz doesn't want to investigate it. It's that he can't. ICE, the federal government, is refusing to give Minneapolis or the state of Minnesota any of the evidence so that they can't investigate it. They're leaving it in the hands of Kash Patel, who is, without a shadow of a doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the worst FBI director in American fucking history. Holy shit. Thank you for the $28. I appreciate that.
Safety and the safety of the larger community, and try and follow up with any investigative actions later on.
Chief O'Hara, has the Department of Homeland Security, the federal agents involved in all of this, shared any of their documentation or reports from the scene from yesterday?
No. There was, the FBI was in charge of the scene yesterday, and we worked extensively with them to ensure that the evidence at the scene was preserved, that we provided any resources that was needed to ensure the integrity of that scene and to ensure that both the FBI and the Minnesota BCA had what they need
Well, no, this must have been earlier because it turns out the Minnesota DCA aren't going to get anything that they fucking need because the FBI refuses to hand them any evidence because they know that they, the Minnesota police, they will find an instance of wrongdoing. They will find that man responsible for murder. But the FBI, who has been co-opted by the fascist powers that be, they will never charge this man. And even if they fucking did, Trump would pardon him. The fact that we don't even get to know this agent's fucking name is disgusting. Fuck!
To collect evidence and initiate this investigation.
I got more for you. Here's another one of these pathetic, morbidly obese, white supremacist ICE agents, except this fucking fat-bodied piece of shit has an SS tattoo on his fucking neck. I want you to note how cowardly and pathetic these fucking vermin are when you take away their masks, and you take away their backup, and you take away their fucking guns. This fat fucking piece of shit folded like a pancake.
See this fucking shit. Dude. Where's that fucking tattoo? Let me see this fucking...
SS. This is ICE! This is who they are!
Shit. Yeah, get the fuck in your truck and get the fuck out of this city, dog.
Dude.
I mean it, bro. Don't make me fucking get on the phone and start calling people, because I'll have half this fucking city come down here and take you.
By the way, what you're hearing from the guy filming, this is the energy that every single one of us needs, not only when you're talking to ICE, but when you come across a single fucking MAGA vermin, those goddamn plankton bucket hat wearing fascists. This is how you need to treat them. You need to bully them. You need to ostracize them. You need to make them feel like an other, because they are not one of us. They are not fucking Americans. They have abandoned every ideal, every bond of brotherhood that makes us Americans. They have thrown out the fucking window for their goddamn orange fascists, for their goddamn tangerine Palpatine, these fucking pieces of shit.
Well, dude, I'm not even from nowhere around. We just come
Fuck
through.
off, Nazi. Get in your truck and leave. Your whole fucking crew, Nazis?
No, man, we're not even from here.
Fucking fat-bodied, disgusting piece of shit. Couldn't even pass a PT test.
Where the rest of them at?
Texas.
Yeah?
No, they're not.
Go back to fucking Texas.
Dude, I had this done years ago.
I know.
Oh, man, I had that SS tattoo done years ago. I've been a Nazi for decades, man. This is just who I am, man. You can't be racist. You can't be racist to me simply because I'm a Nazi, man. I got this done years ago before I joined the Mass Gestapo.
And it's still on your fucking face,
Because
bro.
I ain't had no
I
time
seen
to
that
change
before.
it.
I seen your fucking eyes, dog. Get the fuck out of my city, or I will fucking end you.
Get the fuck out of my nation. You should... I can't say that live. I can't fucking say that. But that's what should be fucking done to you. I may not be able to say it, but I can fucking think it, fat boy.
Look at this fucking Nazi piece of fucking shit walking down fucking Lindale, bro. Yeah, get the fuck on. I see you, doggy. You're not gonna fucking last long in this fucking city, cunt boy.
Yeah, look at that fat fuck waddling off like a morbidly obese penguin. By the way, is this the high school? No. So after the woman was shot in the face, there was a physician there. One of the protesters was a doctor. And he's going, let me in, let me check for a pulse, let me give her life-saving medical attention before the fucking EMS comes here. And the domestic terrorists, known as ICE, well, they lied. And they go, no, we have medics on site, we have medics on site. They didn't. She lied in the snow, bleeding out while her dog and wife were screaming bloody murder, watching the most traumatizing event you could possibly fucking imagine, while the Nazis refused to let a doctor give her medical care.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician!
I don't care!
I'm a physician. I don't care. That's because these are untrained members of the Proud Boys. These are members of the Ku Klux Klan. These are members of Patriot Front. The United States has been invaded by the Nazis. In the year 2026, the United States of America has been invaded by the fucking Nazis.
We got EMS coming, and I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene.
Look at all these LARPing fucking fascists. These guys take their uniforms off, go home, and kiss their children.
Medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my fucking neighbor.
By the way, this woman, this is the one that Trump says is clearly a professional agitator. The one filming, he's claiming that she has been paid to do this.
You caught butter in the fucking face. You killed my fucking neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the fuck do you do this every day?
They do it because they like it. They do it because ICE agents love to murder people. They do it because ICE agents love to deport brown people with no due process. They do it because there's no such thing as a good ICE agent. All ICE agents are Nazis. Every single fucking one of them, even the one in your family, chatter. I know one of you as a family member in ICE, and the fact that you haven't blasted their name and face on the fucking internet makes you complicit. You're fucking one of them for defending your loved one.
You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the fuck, man?
I got more for you. Minneapolis, Minnesota investigators say they can't access evidence after the fatal ICE shooting, and FBI will not work jointly on the probe. This is because they are going to get rid of the evidence proving that this man is a psychopathic murdering terrorist, and they are going to paint it out to be that this woman, Renee, was actually a domestic terrorist because the United States has fallen. I got some footage. So right after ICE shot this woman in the face, they went to the local high school and started pepper spraying the children. This is a high school. These are high schoolers. Look at these fucking fat-bodied pieces of shit going in to harass a whole bunch of high schoolers. By the way, MAGA, you did this. You're responsible. You will be held accountable. You better fucking live a life pretending that you never supported this cocksucker, because if you let us know that you voted for him, we're coming. We're coming. Thanks, MAGA. You've really made America great again by murdering our fucking citizens on the street. By the way, other breaking news, Israel's about to bomb Iran again. The MFA recommends that Ukrainians leave Iran immediately. On top of that, the Iranians say they do not desire a war, but they are ready for it. And on top of that, the Iranian power grid just turned off, which is exactly what happened before Israel and the United States bombed them a few months ago. If only somebody could have warned us. If only somebody could have said, guys, Donald Trump is a fascist and he's trying to revive the fucking Monroe Doctrine and conquer the entire Western Hemisphere. If only somebody could have warned us that Donald Trump wants to bomb Iran again at the behest of Israel. If only somebody could have warned us. You're looking at him. Me. I'm the one who fucking warned you. That's all I got for you right now. If you're here live, you stay. We got to make a thumbnail. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And remember, if you're not as angry as me, keep your fucking mouth shut. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers.